Hey, welcome to the Weekly. This is Pastor Jesse. It is the week of October 31st, Halloween week. And today we're talking about how fear intersects our story to make our story into a great one. This last winter season, I got my two older boys, who were 7 and 9 at the time, season passes to Snow Summit, Bear Mountain. And as they were learning how to snowboard, I was teaching them, they saw from one of the chairlifts, the wall, a double black diamond. Looking up from the bottom at the wall, it's terrifying for a 7 and 9-year-old, especially you get to the top and you look down and it is just fearful. Well, after, a number of days of learning how to snowboard, the boys decided they want to try and conquer the wall. I felt like they were good enough, and so we got to the top and they went down and got to the bottom, and they looked at me and they said, "Dad, let's do it again." I mean, it was this fearful thing, but was also an exhilarating thing. You see, fear can either cause us to have negative experiences or can drive us towards positive experiences. How can fear shape your story into an incredible one? Isaiah is this prophet, 8th century BC, who sees God sitting on a throne, Isaiah chapter 6, and it is awful and terrifying. He thinks he is going to die because he is a sinful man who sees the all-powerful, holy God, but it wasn't the end of his life. It was actually just the beginning of a new chapter in his life. God called him into a great future story. You see, we, like Isaiah, need to have a fresh look at God. Sometimes, we can see God as like this cosmic therapist who is there just to tell us good things about ourselves, kind of boost up our self-ego, our self-confidence. God is here to make myself better. What if we kind of erase that image of God and put God, the Lord, Yahweh, the sovereign, holy, powerful God, as the God that we imagine and picture, have this fresh new look at God. When we have that fresh look of God, it will disrupt our story. It will disrupt your story. You see, Isaiah's story got disrupted. When we see God for who he is and who we are, it disrupts our story. Isaiah sees Jesus on this throne, and we have a throne, a metaphorical throne of our heart. And we're born sitting on the throne of our own heart, calling the shots, making the decisions, us at the center. But you see, Jesus wants us to dethrone ourselves, the throne of our own heart, and put himself on there, allowing him to lead us, to be the Lord, the leader of our lives. That can be a disruptive thing. It can cause fear in us, but it is also the next step towards having an incredible and amazing story. From that place, when God finally takes the seat on the throne of our hearts, we're ready to co-author our story into the future. You see, Isaiah says, "God, here I am, send me. God, wherever you want me to go, I'm ready to go." That is an incredibly powerful place to be. And I like to think of it as like we're co-authoring our future stories with God. You see, the aim is to glorify God with our lives. What will be the end of your story? What will it look like? And how will you have an amazing one? It will be with you and God writing your future story together. So in group discussion, I want you to first read Isaiah chapter 6, verse 1 through 8. And I want you to read it slowly in parts with your eyes closed. And I want you to actually see what Isaiah saw. And then I want you to discuss 3 questions. Your 3 questions are, number 1, how does this image of God change the way that you know and worship God? That's question number 1. Question number 2. Have you made a decision to put Jesus on the throne of your own heart? If you have, what was that? What was it like? If you haven't, are you ready? Or do you want to say, "Yes, Jesus, I want to put you on the throne of my heart, of my life"? And if not, what's holding you back? What are the things that you still want to know about God? And then the third question is, in light of your past and who God has made you to be with your gifts and talents and strengths, what do you imagine your future story will be, with glorifying God as your target and your end and your destination, for you to have an amazing story at the end?